Senator Jaffer.
Minister, first of all, I want to congratulate you on your appointment as Minister of Public Services and Procurement, and also welcome you. Minister, as you know, I'm a senator from British Columbia, and housing and homelessness have been top issues in my province especially in the last year. In Vancouver alone, we count more than 2,000 homeless people and just under 1,000 living on the streets. Unfortunately, in Vancouver, because of house prices and the cost of living, those numbers are increasing. My question to you is with regard to affordable housing. In your mandate letter, it reads, and I quote, "Work with Minister of Infrastructure and Communities to conduct an inventory of all available federal lands and buildings that could be repurposed for affordable housing in communities," end of quote. Can you please tell this chamber if your government has conducted an inventory of the federal buildings, and if so, are any of those buildings repurposed for affordable housing?
Minister Foote.
Thank you for that question. That is one that's of great interest to me, and I've been working very closely with my colleague, Minister of Jean-Yves Duclos. And again, he is responsible, as you know, for homelessness and for social housing. We have, in fact, conducted an inventory. We work very closely with Minister Duclos to make him aware of the property that the government owns, and looking at how that can be repurposed, and some can. But again, obviously some can't. So we're working with him in terms of what it is we need to accomplish throughout the country with respect to responding to his mandate letter, and of course the fact that part of my mandate crosses his as well. So we're working very closely to make sure that any buildings that can be repurposed will be done so.
Senator Jaffer.
Thank you. Minister, and I come from a province where we have homelessness, but the situation for Aboriginal people in my province is really dire. And I am wondering, with the focus that the Prime Minister and the Cabinet and your government has to empower Aboriginal people, are you looking at any of those buildings being repurposed, especially for Aboriginal housing? And I'm more interested in are you looking for young people? Because you know that in Vancouver it is really sad. We have the most beautiful city in the world, but we also have a very sad situation where many of our Aboriginal young people are on the streets. And are you looking at that?
Foote.
Again, thank you for the question. And yes, we are. I think it's important for us to recognize that homelessness knows no age. So we are, and with Minister Duclos, being very cognizant of the need throughout the country, recognizing what's happening in Vancouver in particular, but as well in the larger cities. We are working to make sure that we put in place a program through his department that responds to the need in as much as is possible for us to do so.